speak English? Okay, I'm Trooper Scott and I work for the Highway Patrol. We got several 911 calls on you. You know why we might have gotten some calls? You don't know? You tell me.
Tell me when I'm telling lies!
Let me in.
Hey, this is Toxic Reign Scandal. We are here. This is the Turnbuckle King, TBK. Got another good one for you guys today. We'll talk about Jeff Hardy. When Jeff Hardy got arrested, footage of Jeff Hardy being arrested in Florida. This dates back to 2022 when Jeff Hardy got arrested. Now we know Jeff Hardy has had history of DUIs, being arrested on suspended license, being in jail, court dates, you name it, over and over. I believe at this particular time, this was his third arrest. And like I said, this was why he's in AEW right now. And this will cause him to be out of AEW for quite some time, guys. So we'll go over the body cam of Jeff Hardy being arrested. And of course, we'll react to that and tell you what I think of this body cam. New little thing I'm doing of body cams over here at the locker room. So yes, get your seat at the locker room. We gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about the footage of Jeff Hardy being arrested in Florida by Law and Crime. So as usual, we gonna air the dirty laundry. Let's get into it. I'll play the whole body cam footage, which is about 25 minutes approximately, and then I'll stop in between, react, and let you know what I think of this particular arrest in Jeff Hardy's situation. So let's get ready. I'll pull it up right now, and also hit that like button as you come into the locker room. Hit the like button as I give content out, and make sure your notification bell is on when I do body cams or talk about behind the matches or whatever the case may be when I do go live. So make sure you keep that on. With that being said, let's get it going. All right, we got it here. Jeff Hardy, body cam being arrested.
635, you showing me 90 of an hour. 26. Stop. Chapter 94. Chapter 294. 1813, 1050, just 314, failed to stop, I-95 northbound, just north of 54. For signal 12, we've received multiple calls on. I'm getting an update now. It looks like he was going to pull over. 1109, is the vehicle pulled over yet? 1015. Well, stop to 62. 1026 straight, 1050. 94 to 1050. 65 red.
635, you show me 90 of an IR.
Triple 10.
How you doing, bud? You speak English? Okay. I'm Trooper Scott, and I work for the Highway Patrol. We got several 911 calls on you.
I copy. You should have that wrong channel.
You know why we might have gotten some calls? You don't know? You tell me. You're all over the road. What's going on with that? Here, actually, I can't even hear you. Go ahead and have a seat up here for me. All right, don't fall over. Yeah, just have a seat. Stand over there, Trooper. All right, so why are we kind of all over the place, running on and off the road? We got like what, 3, 4 911 calls on you? What's up with that? Okay, where are you coming from? North Carolina? And where is your final destination? So you're coming from North Carolina, going to North Carolina? I got you. You have an average driver's license on you? Is it in the car? Where is it at in the car? Yeah, where's the wallet located?
Now this is a gift I didn't know I needed. So my
No, I can get it. Where's it located? Somewhere in there. Could it be in your bag, maybe?
As you can see here, Jeff Hardy, after they pulled him over, he seemed like he's confused, belligerent, and he smelled alcohol. They asked him, you know where you at? Are you even aware of what's going on? Also, I'm here on X as well. So X over there, if you want to check out more, come to the locker room. I'll be up for a few minutes before I close it there on X. But anyway, Jeff Hardy, he just seemed like he is out of it. And he got so bad. He has so much history of DUI that he needed to have an ignition interlock device, which is a handheld breathalyzer that prevents users from starting a vehicle after drinking alcohol. So it's crazy. And this was also during the day, 11:30 a.m. in the morning, or 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. 11:30 would be Central Standard, 12:30 in the afternoon. So this was early. This man was already drinking, guys. And this was on June 13, 2022. So it was actually almost 2 years ago. But yeah, this is crazy though. Let's continue on.
Do you usually put your wallet in your bag, maybe? Like a backpack? No. But I can get in there. Just because we're not really listening to what I'm telling you, I want to have any problems. Alright. Do you have any weapons or needles or anything in your bag that'll hurt me? Okay. That was with that guy. 40? But he was mean. Can't recall at all, bro. We get him stopped. And then we come around here and finally get his ambulance here. I'm put it in park, so him to do it. I think it's going to be pills, maybe alcohol, just a little bit of alcohol, but usually because coming from North Carolina, but don't have that conversation. You pop my trunk, please. Hey, bud, so I don't want to unnecessarily go through any compartments in your bag that I need to be going into. Where is your,
1434,
where is your driver's license? Or brain scan? Okay. You want any type of medication? No? Where is your license at in your bag? No. You just tell me. Just tell me. Yeah, I see your back. Master, where is that?
I copy your traffic contact one.
Do you want me to go only in the compartment where it's at, or do you want me to look for it? Okay.
Hopefully, this arrest here back in 2022 is what woke Jeff up, so he don't never get into a situation ever again. But let's continue on as they searching through his stuff right now, see what they can find in his bag. And Jeff's just being cool. At least he's being cool and he's being calm. With that being said, let's continue on with the footage of Jeff Hardy being arrested in Florida back in 2022.
License and the registration, give the license to the dispatcher. So you said you have a doctor's appointment for your head coming up. Do you mind if I ask what that's for? Brain scan? Okay. What would be causing you? What would be causing you to kind of be a little bit?
00009791013.
Okay, so let me ask you this: how come when you speak like that, drank with us today? Okay. Roughly how many drinks?
I'm sorry, can I work it?
2 or 3. But then like liquor, beer, 7 shots of Cardinal. Do me a favor, have a sip back. Appreciate it. So now the second Cardinal.
Jeffrey Hardy, and 23 after
2 or 3
29.
double shots of Cardinal. And where did you have those at? So whenever, hey, what's your first name, man? Yeah. My Hardy brother, right? WWE. Yeah. I work in that brother, right? Yeah. Okay. So you said you had, where did you have these drinks at? What? Okay. I'm just trying to piece together because you said you were coming from North Carolina. Very easy. That's easy. Oh, no, you're good. No, I'm trying to distinguish where you're coming from, where you're going. Because earlier you said you're coming from North Carolina back here. I caught you? Okay. So do we have maybe a little bit more than we should have before we started driving? Not a big deal. I will handle it. You didn't hurt me. You didn't hurt anyone else. That's important. So we'll go from there, all right? Hang out with Trooper Richardson over here. So I have a seat right on my big finger, all right, brother?
I'm showing that his 27 is suspended out of North Carolina.
Yeah, it's not. Be careful.
And has to know his license. And on here driving restriction for blood alcohol content .04 and says he has ignition interlock. Just signal 14, he's 429.
But I'll read that. Okay, so just pay attention to that. Hey, Mr. Officer, what I'd like to do is when you do a series of physical body exercises, would you be willing to consent to those? Okay, we're not going to do that here for the dangerous, but I'm going to have you go with Trooper Richardson, you ride with him, and we'll go to another location where we can actually hear each other and all that stuff. But before you do that, I'm going to pat you down a little more time. If you face my view. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put your phone and all your money that you have, put that back in your car. Okay? Yeah. I'm going to put it back in the glove box. Yeah. Do what? Yeah, no, your phone's right here. Another phone. Yeah, it's a little phone going anywhere. They'll stay there. All right? Hang tight to me, okay? Alright, you're good, brother. We're going to keep it record. You're the one right behind me. And when we leave, because money's going to showing going right into there, just go right behind me with your camera on, so we don't need to do anything. Money was placed in the glove box. Open that door. Pass it, please. Please. Good. Guys, I'm on the radio. That Mr. Hardy consented to do Good Friday exercises. We're going to relocate him off the interstate, and then Trooper Richardson's going to be the one handling it, or driving him over there. In the event he goes 10-15, he's advising you're going to take it. We'll just follow you wherever you want to go. As soon as looked so familiar, but I had no idea what it was. Well, he's wearing a Jacksonville shirt.
Man, it was crazy. You could tell Jeff was under the influence like crazy when he got pulled over. This is wild, but now they about to leave. They got him handcuffed to the vehicle, and they about to drive off. Let's see what happens next. I think we are in in this point of the video. We are 15 minutes into the 25-minute video. With that being said, let's continue.
Mr. Hardy. We're going to keep our hands out of our pockets, though, okay? I appreciate you. You Jacksonville Jaguars fan? Come on. Well, I just saw the shirt. All right. What I want you to do, just stand on the white line and face me. You can hear me pretty clearly? Okay, good deal. I just want to make sure. Do you wear glasses or contacts? You don't?
So it's getting good. Everybody gets to the part where they test him, see if he can, test him and quiz him, because he's under your influence. So let's check out more of this, guys. That like button on. We got 12 people in here. Let's get the likes up. We only had 5 likes. Let's increase those likes. All right, let's continue on.
Oh, okay, good deal. All right, so what I want you to do is put your feet together, arms down to your side, just relax. You know what day it is? What I would like you to do, arms down by your side, feet together. Put them a little bit more together, like this. Look at my feet. Okay, Mr. Hardy, look at my feet real quick. Put them together, and arms down to your side. All right, we'll run with that. What I want you to do is look at the very tip of my pen with your eyes and your eyes only, okay? Don't move your head for any portion of this exercise. You understand so far? Try and open your eyes. Oh. Very good. Try and open your eyes as much as you can. I'd like to see your pupils, okay? All right, follow it up, please. Your eyes open just a little more. Go to the pen. That's good. Close your eyes. Open them again. All right, look at the very tip of the pen. Follow your eyes and your eyes only, okay? Sun bugging you? All right, well, face me. How about that? Come down to your side for me. Okay, good deal. All right. So we're going to use this white line. Pretty flat, level surface. Nothing, you got to jump over it, right? Would we agree? Do you agree with that statement? Or do you agree that this is a pretty straight line? There's nothing obstructing you from walking? Okay. I just want to make
Yeah, they covering their tracks. Jeff Hardy is a straight line. Make sure it's a straight line, because if you said a straight line, that's where they're going to get you at. So they're definitely making sure they on point with Jeff Hardy before they make him walk that straight line. But with that, let's continue on. Let's continue.
Hey, sir. All right. What I want you to do is to put your left foot on the line in front of you, just like this, okay? Then I want you to put your right foot with the heel of your right touching the toe of your left, just like this. Then put your arms down to your side. Wait for further instructions. Okay, don't start until I tell you to begin. When I tell you to begin, I want you to take 9 heel-to-toe steps down the line. They're going to look like this. Okay? We're gonna look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to 9. So you're gonna count each of those steps out loud. On that 9th and final step, you're gonna take a bunch of small steps, and then you're gonna return back down the line 9 more steps. You understand those instructions? Would you like any part of them repeated? Okay, you may begin. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, we still have a couple more to do. We'll see. All right. You go ahead and stand on the white line. Put your feet together. Arms down to your side. I appreciate you being so cooperative, man. I really do. All right. So you're going to stand with your feet together and arms down to your side. All right. Stay just like that until I give you more instructions. All right. When I tell you to begin, and only when I tell you to begin, I want you to raise one leg. Doesn't matter which one. Approximately 6 inches off the ground. You're going to look at your elevated foot, point your toe outwards. When you begin looking at that foot, you're going to start counting. 1001, 1002, 1003, and so on until I give you the verbal direction to stop. Okay, so it's going to look like this. 1001, 1002, 1003, so on. All the way until I tell you to stop. You understand those instructions? Okay. You may begin. All right, we'll move on to the next one. I want you to follow. All right. Feet together, arms down to your side. All right, so just like that until I give you. You got a bad knee? Okay. You want to try it and step and raise the other leg? You're not on your bad knee? Okay. Just making sure, trying to give you every benefit of the doubt. All right. So when I tell you to begin, I want you to close both of your eyes and put your head backwards, just like this. Okay? Then when I tell you to, bring the hand eye direct, upward, touching the tip of that hand, tip of your finger to the tip of your nose. After doing so, immediately bring your hand back down to your side. Do you understand those instructions? Okay, we're going to begin. Left. Right. Left. Right.
Hi, I'm Meg Lewis. I am an artist designer.
Right. Remember, your eyes are supposed to be closed, so the sun won't even bug you. Yep. Left. All right, go ahead and relax. All right, so put your arms down to your side, close your head, put your head backwards, just like this. When I tell you to begin, and only when I tell you to begin, I want you to start counting in your head, not out loud, to 30. You may begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But slower. You're a bigger man. Hey, Rook, give me another set of cuffs, please. I think you missed 24. the bigger guy, we're going to do 2 handcuffs, okay? So the time is 9:54 a.m. You are under arrest for the offense of DUI, okay?
So this is the part where, since he failed the test, they are going to officially arrest him for DUI. Jeff Hardy, as you can see, did not pass those tests. He failed with flying colors, and he's definitely going to be arrested for under the influence of DUI. This is his 3rd arrest of DUI, and this is back in 2022 in Florida. So no Huey Bravo. This was back in 2022. This was not recently, exactly 2 years ago. With that being said, let's continue on. See what's the next step with Jeff Hardy, and they almost done with this procedure.
Those too tight or those good on you? Good? Okay. What I'm doing, I'm just double locking all these so they don't accidentally cinch down on you, okay? All right. You might be able to think what you say. Who's going to run the test?
Last unit. 1813. 1813. 1015. 1434, we can start until 7.
I appreciate you. Yeah. Is Taylor 97 or Cano? Cano said.
All right, that is the end of Jeff Hardy, the body cam. This is him being arrested back in 2022 in Florida. This is for DUI he was charged with, and it's his 3rd occasion that this happened, well, 3rd conviction, whatever you want to call it. But I know there was also an interview about this from Dutch Mantel. He talks about this. He talks about the arrest on his podcast. It's a good podcast. It's called Storytime with Dutch Mantel. So he is going to speak on this whole endeavor here with Jeff Hardy, and I will have that up. Let's get that going right now and see what he has to say about it. But other than that, before we get into that, that's why the Jeff Hardy couldn't even barely move. He couldn't walk straight. They tried to keep his leg front. He couldn't do that. And he also, at the point where Jeff Hardy, that he said he had a bad knee, they asked him to hold his knee, and Jeff Hardy couldn't even do that. So that was bad on Jeff Hardy's part. So yeah, this was I just hope that after this arrest, Jeff Alessi keeps it together this time, as he doesn't have any more arrests. But Jeff, as you can see, could barely move. He was staggering, and the police had to even hold him up at one point. So this was a bad look for Jeff at the time. I know he was he's still in AEW, but he was out for a while. He had court dates, and AEW wanted to keep him off TV until he got himself together. Because you got to think about Jeff, he's been with every other company. He's been with, think about it, he's been with WWE being the WWE champion. He's also been the World Heavyweight Champion. He also been TNA being a TNA World Heavyweight Champion. So he's been to every wrestling organization you could think of, and it's always a situation involving substance abuse, alcohol, you name it. Failed drug test, release, whatever the case may be, bad performance, all of it. So this is most recent arrest. Like I said, Dutch Mantel is going to go on this podcast. He is going to speak on the arrest of Jeff Hardy back in 2022. And let's see what he has to say on his podcast, regarding that. And also, guys, let's keep the likes up. Let's keep the likes up.
quoting from the night before, quoting from the Jeff himself, "Whiskey is his best friend and his worst enemy." Jeff Hardy was pulled over at gunpoint. Several 911 calls were placed about some seriously awful swerving driving. Third DUI in 4 years. He blew more than 3 times the legal limit for drink driving. And for people who don't know why it's such an important subject to Dutch, we've got a couple of videos about Dutch talking about Tammy Sitch and her legal issues revolving around drink driving. But for now, your reaction to Jeff Hardy being pulled over.
Well, he should have been pulled over. And the reason they pulled the guns, I found out later that he was going, they said he was just literally flying 90 miles an hour down the highway. And they pull a gun out of protocol because they don't know what he's running from. And if he's going that fast, must be hiding something. And they just pull a gun just to protect themselves. And they got him out. And I did put up a video on my Facebook account, and you can find it. It's just Dutch Mantell, simple. But I put it up, and he is drunker than Cooter Brown. He can hardly stand up. He can hardly take one step in front of the other. And he registered a .29 something. 294 or 295, which is 3 times, almost 4 times the legal limit that you can drive, I think, in the United States.
Yeah, that's something when you're going that much over and then police have to pull out their weapons to follow protocol, make sure that you don't do anything suspicious or anything, that would definitely make things already more awkward than it already is. So Dutch Mantell, yeah, I do recognize him having the weapons on Jeff Hardy before he got out of the vehicle. But yeah, he definitely deserved to get pulled over. Let's continue on and see what Dutch Mantell has to say about the Jeff Hardy situation.
In the state of Florida, I think it's a .8. They're considering you that unable to drive. But if you hit a .29, and he's lucky that he didn't kill himself, but even luckier that he didn't kill some other people because he was weaving all over the road. And his excuse when he got out, he was going for a brain scan. Well, he couldn't have been thinking straight.
Well, he needed one, apparently.
Well, he may have. He's needed one years ago. Because but he's not going to change. Now, his job in AEW is gone now for the time being, unless he goes to rehab and it's certified that he is sober. But that's useless. He has been to rehab before. He has refused rehab before because in WWE they wanted to send him, and he said, "No, I'm not going." And so he's been to rehab. So when somebody tells you who they are, at some point you just have to believe them. He's an alcoholic, and I don't know how much drugs he takes, but he's probably addicted to that also. And they're just not going to stop. So when they're not going to stop, I don't know what you do. So the only thing I can say is put him in jail and keep him away from everybody else. I mean, you can't put him in jail forever, because the laws don't allow you to do that. But 3 DUIs in Florida within the limit that he had them
4 years
is an automatic 90 days in jail, automatic. So if I was a judge, I'd give him 90 days, and I would take none off. Maybe he could dry out in 90 days. But see, prison is more than just punishment. Prison is to protect the citizens. I mean, if you take a killer and you take because he's killed people, and you put him in jail for 10 years and you keep him for 10 years, well, you're safe from that individual for 10 years. But the day he gets out, that's when the safety around that person leaves, because he can go kill again. I had a theory one time. I said, you need to take people that there is no hope for them and put them on an island like Devil's Island. What happened?
No, we're good.
You there?
I'm here.
Wait a minute, where did my picture go?
Hang on, I'll pause it.
Recordings just got better.
Well, I had a theory, like I was talking about, like Devil's Island. You take these people when they show that there's nothing to do, and put them on an island along with those other people who have shown they don't care either, and let them live amongst themselves. That's very, I don't know what you would call that, but
Battle Royale.
What else?
Sounds like.
Yeah, what else are you going to do? Because every time that Jeff Hardy gets behind the wheel of a car, you don't know whether he's drinking or not. Now, this is the thing I didn't tell you. You know, my granddaughter got killed by a drunk driver. And my daughter and I, we were in Tennessee. We actually took a petition and we got like 15,000 or 20,000 signatures on it. And we presented it to the state legislature in Tennessee, and they adopted a law. It's called Amelia's Law. It was named after her, which says that if a person convicted of drunk driving, they can be equipped with a dermal device that fits around their ankle, I think, that monitors their alcohol intake and their movement immediately. So if you can see that somebody's been arrested for drunk driving and they're wearing one of these, as soon as that moves a little bit, then you can check. I mean, you have to be on this constantly. And if they're drinking, it will show up. And it's called Amelia's Law. And hang on a minute. What'd you say? For judge. Oh, I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3. Not only is it for alcohol, it's for drugs too.
Mm-hmm.
So, and hopefully, and it's in effect in Tennessee.
Wow, I didn't know that there was a law adopted. So Dutch Mantell granddaughter was, she was deceased now due to a drunk driver. Said him and his daughter got a petition for that. And they adopted for drugs and alcohol, Amelia's Law for a device. Yeah, more states need that, you know, to help keep people safe and keep those people, you know, that are harmed by a drunk driver. They definitely died due to that. Hopefully more states do that, and that's why we have Ubers, Lyfts, and everything, public transportation, to get these people home. Because the last thing you want to do when you're driving under influence, or even if you have a substance under the influence, you do not want to cause any havoc or harm to the other driver or pedestrian, for that matter, on the road, and especially if someone's in the vehicle with you. That happens a lot with passenger, where the passenger's gone, pedestrian or other drivers. So salute to Dutch Mantell and his daughter for getting that petition together for the state of Tennessee. We need more like it. Definitely need more like it, and it would definitely improve. Because it'd be so many times I have driving on the road and see bikes where it's a dedication to a young boy or girl losing their life due to drunk driving. So I want to see less of that and more of people being alive and not being a victim of drunk driving. So I hope we get more of that and less of victims and more people staying alive and keeping their life. But I did not know that about Dutch Mantell. That's interesting. Let's continue on. I think there's a few more minutes in this interview.
And it didn't get installed right away because they said the person who is convicted of it has to pay for that. And and then they said, well, they may not have the means to do that. My response was, well, they had means to buy drugs. They had means to buy alcohol. So they have means to do this. So, but I think more of that needs to be instituted in this country because it is a serious, serious problem. And I don't know if it is in the UK, but it is in the United States. It's a serious problem.
Yeah. Why does at least as far as I can tell when I look online briefly, Jeff Hardy seems to be getting a bit more sympathy than Tammy Sitch. In essentially the same situation, although obviously Jeff didn't kill anyone, thank goodness. But why does Jeff get more sympathy than Tammy?
Well, I think the people, because Tammy's always been like the bad girl, the heel. And if you just meet her, she's a really a smart ass. She just thinks about herself, because I know her. I have no problem with her because I never crossed her. But people that cross her, I've seen her. She'd cuss, raise hell, throw things, hit people. But Jeff was never like that. Jeff is a more likable guy, I think. And if you hear Jeff talk, he's like soft-spoken, and you can't imagine him really getting mad. I think that's one of the reasons, because his on-screen persona is more of a likable guy than what Tammy is. But Tammy's personality now is her personality. Her on-screen personality was actually her.
So that was Dutch Mantell talking about Jeff Hardy. We're talking about his arrest and how Jeff Hardy, he said he should be in jail, and how he said he ain't gonna change. And he was out of AEW for quite some time. During the time of the arrest, I know he went to rehab, got better. I know currently he's in AEW, made a comeback last May. This time last year, he made a comeback. And he's been keeping his nose clean since then. And hopefully it stays that way. I know he's pretty much on the last straw, his last chance. If he does do that again, he does act up one more time. I will say that he ain't gonna get too many more chances with AEW, and he's gonna get released, and this time for good. He's gonna be out, and he will not come back. So hopefully Jeff Hardy is aware that he know that's it, and he keeps it together. And you don't want to do that, because where Jeff Hardy can go, if he get released by AEW, where is he gonna go? He can't go back to TNA. He can't, WWE ain't gonna want nothing to do with him. And if it is gonna be a tag team, they may have Post Martha on him. But there ain't that many more opportunities that Jeff Hardy could go to. So that's the whole thing about that situation. But as of 2024, like I said, he's still employed with AEW. He's still in the clear. And like I said, I just hope he keeps it together this time. Because this is your third arrest in 4 years, as they stated. Your reputation's up there. They even mentioned your reputation's bad as Tammy Sitch, which is known as Sonny, who's currently in prison serving a manslaughter to an older man that passed away. I believe I know it's life or somewhat to life. So hopefully Jeff learns that and sees what they're doing with her, and you don't get to that situation where you harm someone, as I stated earlier. So hopefully it doesn't come down to that. That's the last thing we want, is for it to come down to that, honestly, because it would not be good, definitely not be good for Mr. Jeff Hardy. That's the last thing we would want. So he needs to learn. Like I said, he should learn his lesson with this recent arrest. If he didn't, then something's wrong with Jeff. And Dutch Mantell doesn't believe he's ever going to get right at that time. He don't think he's ever going to get right. He don't think he's ever going to change. Even though he's a likable guy, as he stated, they think that Jeff is going to always be Jeff Hardy. And that's what you don't want. Now, here's another interview. Matt Hardy, his own brother, he speaks about on his podcast, and he gives an update at the time of Jeff Hardy and how he's doing. And if he will, he at the time return or be en route to return to AEW. So let's get that going. And it's not long at all.
show before. Just want.
The extreme.
All right, we got Jeff Hardy being talked about by his brother, Matt Hardy.
The following clip is presented to you by The Extreme Life of Matt Hardy, available every Friday wherever you get your podcasts and at extremehardy.com.
Well, last week we spoke about Jeff Hardy returning to WWE in 2006. Anything you'd like to bow tie on that episode, Matt?
No, I mean, it was a really enjoyable episode. It got really good feedback. People seemed to really enjoy it, and I'm glad they did. And it's one of those things. It was very cool talking about Jeff returning to WWE. I hope before too long we can talk about Jeff returning to AEW. That would make me very happy.
Listen, this is an Ask Matt Anything episode. We got like 45 questions asking this. So before we even jump into our questions, I'm just going to ask you straight up. Everyone wants to know, do you have an update on Jeff? Is there anything you can share with us at this time about Jeff?
Yeah, I mean, he's basically doing the same thing he's been doing. He's doing exactly what he needs to be doing to get to where he needs to be in life. And, more or less, we've just got to get these legal issues behind him before we move forward. So that's kind of where we're at with Jeff. And we're hoping that happens sooner rather than later.
All to your knowledge in a good headspace. Everyone cares about that more than anything. Have you seen him in a good place lately?
Yeah, he seems to be in a really good place, which is very nice and refreshing to see. So, hopefully that continues and we get him back to where he belongs.
All right, Jeff Hardy was spoken on about. That was Matt Hardy speaking on his brother Jeff Hardy, and he was saying that hopefully he said Jeff was doing what he's supposed to do, farm procedure, in that nature. And hopefully Jeff Hardy, he still get back where he needs to, saying he's in a much better place than he was previously. So like I said, he didn't want to say too much about Jeff Hardy, but as we know now, Matt Hardy's no longer with AEW. He went back to TNA as of recent in his own walking character. And Jeff Hardy's still with AEW, but he is there as a solo act. He is not attached to his brother anymore. So I would like to see how Jeff Hardy currently will do with AEW now that his brother just recently left AEW to go back to TNA. Can he hold it all on his own? Can he do it? Because we know his brother was always by his side for the most part. But now Jeff is literally on his own. Can he hold it together? Can he avoid another DUI? Can he avoid any substance abuse, alcohol, anything? And hopefully, he does not lose his job at AEW for good this time, as I stated before. And he currently stays on the right track because he has not been doing anything crazy since his whole, this whole DUI back in 22, and definitely since he came back to AEW last year. So hopefully Jeff keeps it all together. I want him to do right. Fans still like Jeff Hardy, still relevant as far as with a fan not knowing him, and hopefully he finishes his career out on a very, very good term, and it doesn't get too crazy, too rowdy at that point. And the last thing we do want to see happen is that we get reports that Jeff Hardy, relapsed into drugs. He had another DUI. In the worst case scenario out of all of that is Jeff Hardy sadly passed away. Hopefully it does not come to that. That's what we don't want. That's the last thing we want. We don't want that because that would be so sad. And, fans are not like that. I would definitely feel bad for that. We don't want to see us fans feeling bad, and definitely don't want to see no type of thing where we gotta hear what happened, then we get a 10 bell salute like this. Hopefully none of that happens. None of that happens at all. Definitely no time at all. Definitely not soon. We don't want to hear none of that about Jeff Hardy. So Jeff Hardy, keep your head up, stay out of trouble, keep your nose clean. I think he do that, he'll be fine. He can finish his career out just the way as he planned. So we definitely do not want that. But other than that, though, regarding this whole situation, that's all I have regarding footage of Jeff Hardy being arrested back in Florida in 2022. You know, thank you guys for coming out. I don't have anything else regarding that. You guys in the live chat right now and on the playback, let me know what you think of this old footage of Jeff Hardy being arrested in Florida back in 2022. And of course, it was his third DUI. He failed the test. He was at AEW for a while. And then they even mentioned how he refused rehab at WWE, which is why he's not with WWE today. You know, of course, it's trouble with TNA as well. But AEW is currently the home of Jeff Hardy. And he's been there for several years now. So you guys let me know what you think of that whole thing. Do you guys think Jeff Hardy will ever somewhat rise back, or he gonna stay where he at? Or some may think he may relapse and just fall off that wagon. Who knows? I know he's doing good right now. This is crazy that this body cam shows. It really shows the footage of all these stars, wrestlers, actors, entertainers, you name it. Long crime, much credit to them. They're showing all of that stuff in this whole body cam of anybody. But yeah, guys, other than that, though, this is going to be, might see more of these body cams here at the locker room. Now, we're going to exit the locker room soon. We all get back to what you do, which is getting late. Maybe go, get a nice sleep, get ready for next morning. Or if you guys are up or whatever you got to do, be safe, drive responsibly. Don't be out here swerving like Jeff Hardy was back in 2022. That's the last thing we want to see by anybody for that matter. Because safety is the number one key when it comes to all this at the end of the day. But yeah, guys, I appreciate everyone coming out to the locker room tonight. Definitely appreciate it. And like I said, Jeff Hardy, his whole and being arrested, it was something, he was definitely on the list when he did that.
You just made the list!
So hopefully Jeff Hardy stays off the list. He does not get back on the list. If we do get back on the list, it's not going to be a good one. And I can assure you that his life would definitely go down, and he could serve some more prison time. He did real prison time for this, and that's definitely undisputed when it comes to him doing that.
And that is undisputed.
So that's the last thing we want here for Jeff Hardy. But other than that, though, guys, that's all I have regarding the situation. Soon, 2 videos will pop up for Toxic Reign. The first video is, how was Liv Morgan not nervous during arrest? Second video is, why Lita is frustrated with the drama. Until then, it is OUT.